Morning everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name is Stephen Aitchison. I've just noticed my hair. I've not done it. I forgot to do it this morning. Just jumped out of the shower and waited. What the hell's going on with that? Anyway, welcome to the CYT-Crypto episode. Today we're going to be looking at the markets. We'll look at a bit of news if we've got time as well, and we'll look at some trading strategies. There's some good chat from Matt and some of the other members in the premium group this morning and last night about some trading strategies, which was quite cool. Remember to crush the likes, everybody. And thanks for joining me for coffee this morning. Always like coffee mornings with you. So I'm just going to see if we're live or not. Make sure we're up and running okay. We've got a few people in just now, which is cool. So I'll just jump over to the chat area. We've got Stephen King in. Welcome to you, Stephen. Christopher Dowson is in this morning. We have Yemi Oyegunlu. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Give me a correct pronunciation. I like to pronounce people's names correctly, Yemi. Rob UK, one of our brilliant admins, is in the house. Irish and Sketchy. Tim Gash is in, one of our newest premium members. JC Stander. Miriam Grace is in. Chris Noble, good to see you, buddy. Honest Crypto Journey, good to see you. And Rails, good to see you as well, mate. Okay, so we'll look at the markets overall just now. See what's happening in the markets. We'll just refresh that. I'll see what's going on. Overall market capitalization, 226 billion. Not brilliant, but is better than it has been over the last couple of months. Bitcoin dominance is still the same as yesterday, 53.2%. And Bitcoin is hovering around about the 7,000 mark. So we need to just keep an eye on that, and we'll have a look at the charts as well for Bitcoin. We'll just go over to that in a wee second. So who's the winners? Walton Chain up 24%, Dogecoin, Nulls, Nano, OneChain all in double digits up, so they're all doing well at the moment. And we've got a few others, so we've got about say 55% in the green, and No Coin down 20%, Moac, Huobi token down, Monocoin, Metaverse, ETP, Loopring, Decentraland, Kin is down again. Maybe a good opportunity to buy at this price. MCO, Digix, Deo, Kyber Network, Dentacoin, they're all down as well. So a lot of coins in the red. I'd say maybe, yeah, about 50-50 coins in the red and the green. So we'll just have a look at the BTC price. This is using the Renko charts. We'll look at the Heikin-Ashi charts. I like the Heikin-Ashi charts. So we'll still see, we can see here, I kind of talked about this the other day, and I put this kind of line in the other day about Bitcoin price going over 7,140. It's touched it literally kind of, well, it's 3 times now. And it's not kind of been able to break through it. Once we break through that, hopefully we can get up to 7,530, but we've not broken that yet. So we need to kind of break that to keep the momentum up with Bitcoin. I've been speaking over the last couple of days about being extremely cautious, kind of about the price of Bitcoin, and obviously the alts as well. We'll have a look at a few of the alts as well. But the Bitcoin price, kind of okay at the moment. Just says coming down slightly at the moment, and we're down to 6,965 just now. And it did go as low as 6,784, and this is on the daily chart. This was a couple of days ago. We'll look in the 4-hourly chart. So it did go down to 6,781, it's kind of saying here, and then it's kind of bounced back up again. So there's some big bounces for Bitcoin, but we still need to, you can see this line here, we've hit it a few times actually. So we need to kind of hit it again and break through it. That's what we want to happen to get to the next level of 7,530. That would be the next level. So we literally hit it the other day when I was talking about it, and it kind of bounced back down again. So that is the resistance at the moment. So we need to see kind of what is support at the moment. So if we look at the kind of support line just now, support line would be 6,736. That would be a support line. So if we're trading in between those areas, a breakout of any of those areas would indicate which way it's going to go. So if we can break 7,140, we can buy in. If we break down below 6,736, it looks as if we're going to go down from there. So that has become a support line just now, and we'll change that colour actually to support, and we'll put that to red for resistance. So if we trade in between here, probably we'll just need to wait and see what happens over the weekend. But that's a big kind of gap. That's a $400 gap there. So, but it's looking okay. We're on the higher end of that at the moment, and I've never put the 7MA25 crossover. So I've not got the crossover in there. So I'll put the crossover in when we're looking at kind of trading strategies. Okay, who else is in? We've got London Bobby is in the house. Aloha to you. Alan Hammond is in. G'day mate from Aussie Perth. I've been to Perth once in my life when I was a young guy, which was good. I love Perth. What was the River Swan? Was it Swan River? RC, good day. Marcus Jafari. Marcus, thank you very much for the message this morning, the premium chat. I just read that before I came on. So loved that. Thank you very much for that. Bruce Rudling is in. Debbie Claydon is in the house. Aram is in the house as well. Terrell Hooker. Jean, morning all. Thoughts on market? Anyone think we might see a bull run? We mightn't see a bull run until 2019. We'll have a wee look. Davey Stewie, good day everyone. One of our brilliant admins. So good day to you, Davey. Good to see you here. So 2019 until a bull run. You can never tell. We just don't know in the markets just now. What's going to happen. I think there's going to be a bull run before the end of the year, to be honest. If I'm being really honest, I think there's going to be a bull run. But are we going to see a kind of dip down before that? We'll just need to wait and see kind of what happens with the Bitcoin price. There's more and more good news coming out all the time. As I said, I keep saying that. There's just more and more good news coming out. So we don't know if there's, obviously nobody knows if there's going to be a bull run. So what I'm going to do now is just look at a couple of trading strategies with you. We've kind of gone over these before. If you're in the premium, you'll kind of know all about these anyway. So the first one is the 725 crossover. Load chart layout, 725 crossover. It's not coming up. Indicators. So we'll go 725. And we'll make these charts kind of brighter for you to see. 725. Okay, this is one indicator. I like using this one. I really like using this one. This is 725. You can use this on any of the charts. We've been using them on the hourly charts, but in this kind of market, it might be better to use a longer term time frame. And we will go. I like it the other way about. Put it in the red. So once the green crosses red, that's kind of when to buy in here. But obviously on the hourly chart, if you're using that or any of the kind of smaller time frames, you're going to get lots of kind of crossovers. If we were using the daily chart, for example, when would be the crossover? We're just crossing over just now at 6,746. That's when we kind of crossed over, but it's much higher than that actually, so it would be kind of higher. So that is one of the strategies, the 725 EMA crossover for that. And I like this strategy quite a lot, but you do get a lot of crossovers on the smaller time frames. So we just have to be really careful of that. I also like the Renko charts. I've spoke about these before as well, and we've kind of used this as a kind of trading strategy. It's not so good in a kind of down market, and a falling market, and a kind of sideways market. It's not that brilliant for there. But if we look at Bitcoin on a daily chart, we can see what we do with the Renko charts. If you've never seen this before, what we do is wait on the first kind of green brick or the second green brick to get in. And once the first red brick comes down or is formed, then that's when we get out. So if we look at kind of Bitcoin just now, for the latest one, we'd have probably got in at 6,620 and we'd still be in the game just now at 6,970. So we'd wait on a red brick forming before we got out, and the red brick would form 6,822 if it was going to form. So we kind of know exactly when it's going to form, and this is not time based. So a brick could last for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, or a couple of hours, or a couple of minutes. It just depends on the kind of chart. So this is on the daily chart. On the hourly chart, you can see it's going to look different. So we can see here on the hourly, we would have got in at 6519 and would have got out at 6619, which wouldn't have given us a big profit. Got back in again at 6766, got out at 6967, got back in again. You could get in on the first green brick or the second green brick. So if you got on the first green brick, 6917, you'd still be in the game just now. So on the hourly chart, it's not as good because you've got so many kind of crossovers there as well. So it's better on the longer time frame. The 4-hour chart, where would it have been on the 4-hour chart? You can see there's still a lot of ups and downs. So it just means you have to watch the market quite closely. But this is good for shorting as well. If you're shorting on the likes of BitMEX or something like that, you can use this for shorting as well. So on this one, and this is back in the 16th of July, if we got in on the first green brick, 6348, and we'd have came out at 7364, got back in at 7431, got out at 8249, and back in and out again. So there's been a lot of trading there. That's the only thing with the shorter time frames. As I said, with the daily one, you're going to get a lot kind of more. I'm just going to see what would have happened if we'd used the Renko chart. So obviously this is going back and we're looking in hindsight as well, but if we were kind of going back to November 2017, we'd have got in at $6,005 and we'd have got out at 16,000, back in again at 14,970, out at 16,333, back in 16,235, and out at 18,863. So that's the Renko charts. I still quite like them. I don't trade that as often, but I do like the strategy for that. And with the Renko charts, we'd be in the game just now. From where it is just now, 6,973 it is at the moment. So as I said, this is not time-based. I'm just wondering what strategies you use as well. And it was Matt who was kind of speaking about, he was talking about with his mate about using the MACD. So we'll look at the MACD as well. So we'll take the MA crossover and we'll look at the MACD. I'm presuming it's standard kind of settings for the MACD. I like to use the green and the red. So use a style, and the MACD would be green and that would be red. And we'll use a histogram for that, and we'll put that brighter so you can see it on the screen as well. Okay, so looking at the MACD, this is a MACD crossover. So the kind of theory here is to get in on the MACD crossover. So this would be a crossover here. This is the latest one. The crossover, so the green crosses over the red, and this is using 1226. The time frame, we'll just look at the inputs. Yeah, 12 and 26, and the signal smoothness is 9. So obviously we can change those settings as well to give us different readings. But we'd have crossed over round about here, which would have been 6,460, and we'd still be in the game just now. So we're waiting this crossing down over before we actually sell it. And what they were talking about in the kind of premium group as well, I hope you don't mind me sharing this, Matt, is using kind of Bitcoin and going into Tether. So using this to go into Tether and Bitcoin. So buying back Bitcoin using Tether and going into Tether to sell the Bitcoin as well when the crossovers happen. So if we look kind of historically as well, we would have had a crossover here around about 7,358. So we'd have bought Bitcoin with Tether then, and we'd have got out and sold round about 18,500 as well. So we'd have sold down into Tether, or we'd have sold into Tether and not got back in until here. But you can see here this with the MACD as well. There's a crossover here and there's a cross down over on the same point. So there's still a few kind of crossovers happening. And the trouble with the MACD is obviously, same with anyone, is trading in a sideways market. So when it's trading sideways, as it did here, round about here, they're kind of in and out of the MACD quite a lot. So I'm sure there'll be kind of signals in there that, or other indicators that would be used. But I looked for the easiest kind of signals. That's how kind of trade is, looking for the easiest signals. That's why I like the 725. I like the Renko for that as well, because all you're doing is keeping an eye on the brick for the Renko. So it'd be good to know what kind of trading strategies you use as well. And we'll just go to the chat. Just now, Honest Crypto Johnny, feel a bit trapped in kin at the moment. Bought 10 million of them at 165 and expecting to cycle back up to 234 mark, but nosedive down to current price. So kin just now, I think it's 99 at the moment, is it? 100. So it's gone back up slightly. So market cap is down 10 million from yesterday. I've no doubt for the long term, if you're trading it, obviously we're using the kind of banker cycle as well. For the banker network, we used that. That was working actually quite well, and it was in an up market at the time. That was working well, but we've not really traded on banker for a while. So I still like kin for the long term, but if you're holding just now, if you're caught back holding, it's not so good. If you're down maybe 30% or something, which is not good at the moment, obviously. Gene, like button crushed. Thank you very much, Gene. If you like these videos, remember crush the likes. Appreciate that. Mitch Dighton and Steve. Hope you're in a better space. Yes, I am in a better space. Gene, excuse me. I feel you're paying with kin. 10 million myself at 165, down to 92 last night, so bought another 5 million. LOL. Excellent. So you're just kind of dollar cost averaging, and that's the thing. If you really love a token and you think it's going to do really well, and obviously you've looked for evidence, you've done your research, put your big boy pants on and all that, then it's not a bad idea to kind of dollar cost average. Kind of 99 now, it's up to 100 now according to CoinMarketCap. Scottish Bulls in the house, back with us again, good to see you here. Elastos coin burn today and merge mining with Bitcoin, already happening 4 months ahead of schedule. Excellent. I know you spoke about Elastos quite a bit, and I know kind of Elastos, I think long term is going to do well as well. How are they doing at the moment? $10 at the moment. It's the kind of highest price for it, $81. So still about 80% down on their all-time high, as are all the alts, to be honest. I'm not just kind of highlighting Elastos, but yeah, $89, $90-ish back in February. So yeah, that could do well. I'm still really bullish on Cardano. Just now, I just think Cardano is going to explode anytime soon. It's still 2.5 billion market cap. That's the only thing with Cardano, and obviously the circulating supply and the total supply. But I don't know. I think Cardano is just going to explode and maybe take over soon as well. We're at 10 cents. It was at $1.28. We're at 2.5 billion market cap. That's the only thing that I'm not liking about it just now. But there's still room to grow from there. What was the market cap back here? 33 billion. So 15 times where it was, where the market cap was. So I do think this is going to explode. I know I keep talking about that. XRP I think is going to do big things as well. Just a positive sentiment around those two alone, Cardano and XRP. Again, 13 billion market capitalization, but if we look at the market capitalization, 141 billion. So 5 times off where it is just now. So I still think it's going to kind of explode as well very soon. Yeah. Yeah, so I'd love to know your trading strategies. Litecoin a good buy, 2. Ontology, I love 2. Scottish Bull, yes. I think they're all good buys. The other kind of trading strategy we were looking at, 1 second, let's go here. Yeah, that's a MACD one as well. Yeah, but I still like the 725 crossover. I do definitely like that. I'm just going to compare this 725. That's mine. Now we'll just make these brighter. Let's look at the source code there. That's the EMA and the SMA, yeah. So where would this kind of strategy be? The crossover would be at 6591, whereas in MACD the crossover would be slightly lower actually at 6460 or something. And where would the crossover be in this one? Or down over? This is on the daily chart. So we'd go out here at 7412, which is kind of really $1,000 off, which is not good from that point of view. That's why I like to trade on the smaller time frames. So on the daily chart we'd have got it at 7,432, but on the 4-hour chart we'd have got out at 8,170. So I think it's better trading with a smaller time frame, but the problem with that is you're in and out a lot. And on the 4-hour chart there was a cross down and then there was a cross up. So you just have to be kind of at your desk quite a lot to kind of look out for that, or every 4 hours, just to have a look at it. So I do like the 4-hour chart for longer term day trading. You can trade on a 15-minute chart as well, literally trade on a 15-minute chart. If you're on a 15-minute using the crossover, you're going at 6951. You'd still be in the game just now because it's not crossed down back over, but you'd be kind of coming out on evens minus the fees with that as well. But when you catch it, it's going to be really good. So you could have done a kind of down bet there at 7,040 and got back in at 6869, $100. But this one you could have made a lot of money as well. So it just depends on what time frame you use as well. We've got to remember that when we're trading. If you're a kind of minute trader, you can minute by minute trade as well. If we're looking at the minute chart, then would be the crossover. The two crossovers down there. So you could literally trade on the minute chart 6,997. You'd have got back in at 6,975, back out at 6,973ish or below. So, but that would require you sitting at the screen all day, every day. You could even trade in a 5-minute chart as well. If you're trading on a 5-minute chart, you'd have been out at 6,995. You'd have still been out on a short sale just now. 6,995, so you'd been up $30 at the moment. Again, the MACD would kind of get you out sooner at 7,000. MACD, yeah. So it'd be good to know what you kind of your trading strategies are as well. Victor Raytron had a successful launch of the virtual machine in Bitcoin. Justin Sun loves to make big statements. People still underestimate him. Also, there was a virtual tour of their offices in San Francisco. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that as well. So Tron, really good for the long term, I think. And I was looking at BitMEX as well. If we look at kind of BitMEX just now, I'm not trading on BitMEX. Told you that yesterday. But if we look at Tron, so here was what I was doing on BitMEX. What I was really doing is I was going 25x, and here's what kind of happened. So if I was getting 43,000 USD worth of Bitcoin, that would cost me 0.6 Bitcoin if I was going in at 10x. So you can see here the liquidation price would be 6,354, but I was going in at 25x. Liquidation price is much higher at 6,721, so it's about $200, $250 off the actual buy-in price. So the less kind of leverage you go, you're going to get a better liquidation price. So it might be better with 5x at 5821, but your cost goes up to 1.2 Bitcoin if you're going to do the 5x leverage trading, and you're really trading with 6 Bitcoin with BitMEX as well. But what I did think, I was looking at Tron and just looking at the numbers there as well. We've got Tron at 362 Satoshi at the moment. If we were going to trade on BitMEX, for example, we'd maybe get 500,000, or even if we go up to 1 million, that would cost us 1.2, and if we were going 3x leverage, that would be 3.63 Bitcoin we'd be trading, and our liquidation price is 252. Now we think, Tron will never get to 252 again, but you just never know. We'll just look at TRX just now, and BTC. So where has it been? We'll look on the daily chart. So when was the last time it was down at 252? I can't remember a price until last year. 252 was round about December 2017. So this year it's never been as low as 252 if we were going to kind of trade on BitMEX with a 3x leverage. If we'd done a 5x leverage, liquidation price would be 300. So it could go back down to 300 again if Bitcoin price was to fall. 20x, if we'd done 20x, 354. So it's just 8 off where a buy-in price is. So that's just no good for that. 10x would be 336. So it might be good to open up a couple of 3x ones on BitMEX, the estimated liquidation. So you're not kind of as worried by the price, but you have to have faith in kind of Bitcoin price going up as well. That's when to kind of use BitMEX, I think. Okay, we'll just go back and we're sticking just now. Rob UK, Steve, could you tell me how often price is going up? If you have to say in percentages, I heard around 50-60%. Is that true from your experience in Bitcoin uptrend market? Right, I meant using crossovers. Right, I'm with you. I was going to say I don't quite understand that, but I see what you mean now. So if we're using a crossover, right, so it depends on what kind of chart we're using. So this is for Tron. So if we were using the crossovers on a daily chart for Tron, we'd have got out at 872, and it's just coming into play just now on a daily chart and a crossover at 350. So it could have made 500 Satoshi there, which on BitMEX would have been huge if you're still in it. 31st of May, that would have been a different contract though. So you're on the September contract just now for Tron. So you'll have to remember the contract end dates as well if you're trading on BitMEX. Right, okay, so we'll look at BTC, what Rob was talking about here. BTC, USDT, we'll just look at the tether price. I don't know the percentages. We're just talking over the last, if we go over the last, this is on a daily. This is back in July. We'll look at from April. So if we started in April, if we looked in April, say we started with 1 Bitcoin. If we started with 1 Bitcoin, so we bought in here at 7,735. So we've got 7,735. We'd have sold out at 9,105 into USDT. So we've got 9,105. So a starting price of 7,667. We'd have sold out here at 9,106. So we've got 9,175. We'd have bought back in with our 9,175 at 6,429. So that's about 1.5. So for the 1 Bitcoin that you started with, you could have got about 1.5 Bitcoin here buying back in. Came out with 1.5. Got back in at 6,444, 7,430, another $1,000, so 1.6. You just sold out here, yep, and got back in 6,586. So starting from 1 Bitcoin back in April, you could have been up to 1.6 or 7. So maybe 60% up. That's just a very quick calculation. Obviously, it's not totally accurate. That's just a very quick calculation, Rob, if that's what you mean. I hope that's what you mean. Gavin Mayer this morning from Hull, sideways Friday. Yeah, it is sideways just now. It's not really kind of doing much at the moment. Scottish Bull, isn't the Tron virtual machine just a copy from Ethereum? I'm a Tron holder, but sold some because of a few concerns I had. I just think Justin Sun's got his finger in loads of different pies, and one of them is going to come off, or a few of them are going to really come off for them as well. Gavin Mayer, Yahoo Finance app now added cryptos. Yeah, they've got four of the major cryptos for Yahoo Finance as well, which is looking good. We didn't actually look at the news yesterday because I was kind of talking about other stuff, but we didn't look at it yesterday. But that was one of the kind of news stories I seen from yesterday as well. Okay, using CryptoPanic.com, some of the news stories. This is from the CEO of Genesis Capital, whoever the hell that is. But it's just a story I kind of saying we're more likely to see 10,000 rather than 5,000, says CEO of Genesis Capital. Crypto market seems to be recovering from a strong bearish trend that has lasted all year, and the bullish sentiment may be taking over the markets. So several analysts have said of venturing to study the world of cryptocurrencies and the markets in general. One of those is Michael Morrow, CEO of Genesis Global Trading. So in an interview for CNBC, Michael Morrow said he is confident that Bitcoin can start a bullish run in the short term if it can overcome its resistance on the 7K band. So I tend to agree with that. So we've got that kind of 7K band just now, or the 7,140 band at the moment that we spoke about, and it just can't seem to get above that at the moment. So once it starts to kind of go above and trade above 7,140, we can start that next kind of phase up to 7,530, and then on our way up to 8,400, or breaking the trend at 8,500. If we could get that, that would indicate not a kind of mini bull run for me, and then over $10,000 might be a kind of the start of a kind of bigger bull run as well. So he could be right. You could be right with that as well. So he's saying it's more likely to hit 10,000 rather than going down to 5,000. Crypto ATM market ready to swell up to 144 million by 2023. So I thought this was interesting. In a new research report titled Crypto ATM Market by Type, One-Way and Two-Way, Automated Teller Machines, blah, blah, blah. Rest of the world, global forecasted 2023. 1, 2, 3. The market for two-way crypto ATMs will grow to its highest CAGR between 2018 and 2023 as it offers a dual functionality of buying and selling digital currencies. Currently people are more focused on one-way ATMs, but the two-way counterparts may start to gain prominence slowly. So I thought this was quite interesting that a lot of people, more and more people are using the ATMs, but usually just one way. So this is two-way where you can actually buy the crypto as well. North America will continue its domination. So the largest share of the crypto market will be held by North America as innovation and adoption drive demand higher. The US has a large number of crypto ATM hardware and software providers, and no legal barriers to creating or using such products exist in the country as of now. In Mexico too, the government has declared Bitcoin a legitimate entity. Again, good news for the cryptosphere as a whole. The major players in the crypto ATM market are also nestled in the US, like CoinMe, CoinSource, Cobalt, Genesis Coin, and Lamasu. So that's quite good as well, that more and more people can use the ATMs. It's not just that as well, that when people use the ATMs for the crypto, I've never used a crypto ATM yet. When people use the crypto ATMs, it's not just about the people that have actually got cryptocurrencies, it's about people walking past the crypto ATMs and going, what the hell is all of that about? And is getting more attention for the crypto market as a whole. That's what I think is good about the kind of ATMs, which a lot of people, I don't think I've seen anybody mention that. But imagine you're in the street and you're looking for a bank, an ATM bank. Obviously you try and find it and you see where it is. But if you suddenly discover a crypto ATM, you go, what's a crypto ATM? And you kind of ask what crypto is, and you start to research, and this is how people get into it. And this is another way that it can get seen and get known about as well with the crypto ATMs. So I think that's a plus side to it as well that nobody's really spoken about. But difficult to measure that as well. Binance profits rival NASDAQ, but with only 4% of staff. So I keep talking about Binance. I think it's going to be a $100 coin. Keep talking about it. So cryptocurrency exchange continued to wow cryptocurrency commentators as data shows the platform made almost as much profit as NASDAQ in Q1 in 2018. So look at these figures. This is crazy. We're going to look at it. Binance profit. This is Q1 2018. 200 million in profit. Employees 200. Age 8 months old. NASDAQ profit 209 million. Employees 4,500. Age 47. So I thought this was quite a good article. Somebody's kind of Dowie Wan. Someone said it's unfair to compare Binance with Deutsche Bank. So I made this. Now it's apple to apple, I suppose. So I thought it was quite interesting. This is from Dowie Wan, and there's a, let's see if it's there. Just see the Twitter, so we can give them credit where credit's due. I'll just click on this one. Yeah, it's from here. So I thought this was really kind of interesting. But it proves the point as well. Binance are actually making money every single quarter, and I'm sure quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4 of this year is going to be more than the 200 million. So they're going to make probably about $1 billion in profit per year, and this is just the start of crypto. This is why I'm so bullish on Binance. You can see why I'm so bullish on it. Plus they're doing other things as well, and that's why I'm so bullish on Binance. And I just think it's going to be an amazing token for the next few years if you're holding that. I know if you're short-term trading it, it can be a little frustrating. Kim, I know you're kind of holding it just now, and I know it can be frustrating. But if you're holding it for the long term, this would be a coin to accumulate. It would definitely be a project to accumulate, because they're just getting bigger and bigger. But imagine $1 billion in profit per year with only 200 employees. That's just crazy stuff. I thought that was really interesting, that one. Why Cardano could lead the second generation of cryptocurrencies. I'll share that with you in the kind of comments. I'll put all the news articles. But I was just kind of backing up what I was kind of talking about as well, about the smart contracts, and it could overtake Ethereum. And this is really what the kind of article is really talking about. I'm just really bullish on Cardano as well. And I don't hold them. I don't hold them yet. Same with Binance or XRP, who I really like as well. Is this Yep, confirmed Reserve Bank of India interested in crypto after all. So after an all-out assault on cryptocurrency in India by the central bank, the Reserve Bank of India, many speculated around why the RBI had decided to essentially ban cryptocurrency trading, or ban, that's meant to be, cryptocurrency trading in the country. The issue in India is that the community are very pro-cryptocurrency and the authorities are very pro-blockchain. The RBI, however, are very much against cryptocurrency, but nobody could really work out why. So away from fraud, money laundering, ICOs, all of the other negative connotations that follow crypto, we were left to speculate on the notion that the RBI would be using this as an opportunity to explore and launch their own central bank digital currency. This is the CBDC I've talked about, and BABB have that functionality. You know, BABB, the kind of company I've been talking about, backs the token. BABB, the company, have the actual CBDC kind of technology in place to onboard banks to get their own digital currency. I've been speaking about that over the last couple of weeks. A lot of people don't talk about it with BABB, but they've got this technology behind them as well. And I think that's going to be good for them as well if any banks want to onboard using BABB as well. So I thought that was interesting that Reserve Bank of India interested in crypto after all. So it goes on to talk about why, how they're interested in cryptocurrency and what they're going to be doing with it as well. So I'll play that for you. I'll kind of link that for you as well. New study provides bullish outlook on Bitcoin, claiming $98,000 possible. So this is from Cointelegraph. I've just noticed a name, Anna Alexandra. I don't think that's... No, it's not. It's not the same one I was thinking of. But this is from the Satis group saying that Bitcoin within the next 5 years could reach 98,000. I think that's extremely conservative. But again, it's more good news for the cryptosphere as a whole. More and more people are coming on board and saying, I think Bitcoin is going to go up, the Bitcoin price is going to go up. I do think that as well, obviously. Tim Gash, I hope Litecoin picks up soon. I'm still mining and at a loss at the moment. Yeesh. Victor Raytron had a successful launch of the virtual machine, and Bitron, Justin Sun loves to make big statements and people still underestimate. Oh, yeah, sorry, I've read that already. Yeah, definitely. Scott's Bill, Gemini will be listing soon. Excellent. The old adage rings true. Cryptos are not yours until they're in your possession, i.e. ledger, ETs don't leave your assets on exchanges. Definitely not. Rob UK, thanks Steve, almost you answered my question. I meant more likely how accurate is crossover price change in your experience every single time. Oh right, I'm with you, I see what you mean. The times the only thing is with the kind of crossover, this is the kind of only thing that I don't like about the crossover, is you can get in on the crossover, and we'll just look at this very quickly to show you what I mean, Rob. So when a crossover happens, so you look here, when we're looking back in it historically, when we look here, the crossover happens around about here, and we can see it's 6,581. However, usually it's not gone up till then. It doesn't actually cross over until maybe round about here. So it's maybe $100, $200 up. We're talking about the Bitcoin price here before you get in. and by that time it could cross down back over as well. That's the only thing about the crossover. So you're not getting in exact price. So a lot of people look at the crossover and say, okay, that's the price you would have got in it or out at, but it's not really, because for it to cross over, there's got to be an uptick, a big green candle, or the kind of red candle if it's on a downtick as well. And so this is not the actual price you sell at or buy at. It's usually more about kind of round about here, halfway down the green candle or something like that. But you can anticipate a trend as well. So this is on a daily chart. So you'd have got out or sold short at 7,417. If we go to the 4-hour chart, this is why it's better kind of trading on the shorter term charts. For here, you'd have got out at 8,161. So I think the 4-hour chart is good for if you're looking for not kind of minute to minute trading where you have to look at the screen kind of all day, every day. You just have to be very careful with it as well, but you could have got out 8,000, so that's a difference of $600. So I couldn't give you a figure of the accuracy of it, to be honest. The thing with this as well, when you're trading, with any trading, you've got to be disciplined in the trading style that you've got. So it can be one day you're using the kind of MACD, the next day you're using the 725 crossover, next one you're using the Renko. You've got to go with something and be disciplined about it as well. So stick with one trading strategy until you get used to it, until you really get into it, until you start to see it working. And I think that's kind of the best advice I could give anybody there when trading as well, just sticking with one kind of system as well. Now we've used several different systems. In the premium channel we've used a kind of banker cycle network as well, but that's just an aside. We were kind of testing that and it worked quite well for a while. That was in an up market. And then we're doing this 725. We looked at the Renko as well on different time frames. So it just depends on you. You have to find a kind of trading system that really suits you, but stick to one particular trading system if you've found one that consistently works. I say that the best advice I could give there. DJ Mac channel, stop trading, Steve, and you will be fine. Keep buying more, and hodl strategy will make you more in the long run. Only sell when near bull run top. How do you know when it's top though? How do you know when it's at the top? That's the only thing. So trading, I think in a down market, trading is a good way to get more Bitcoin. So I do think trading, I've made one kind of big bad trade on BitMEX, but before that it was working really well. But that big bad trade on BitMEX just kind of wiped me out. But so no, I would say I wouldn't be against trading at all. If I can get more money, I will be trading again. And I'm thinking about selling Wager, which I've probably got about $3,000 worth. Got Wager just now. I've held them for over a year. Wager, they're up to 11 cents. So I bought Wager around about 3 cents. So I might sell. I've got about 30,000 Wagers, so I might sell Wager to start trading again, but I'm just being ultra cautious just now. I want to kind of get at the right time. Rip this joint, Stephen, if you're in need of a loan, try money token, 0% interest starting September the 7th. Excellent, thanks for that. Rob UK, thanks Steve, my pleasure. Okay, I'm going to leave it there for just now. I think we've covered the news, covered a couple of trading strategies. I don't know what you're using. If you're watching this on a replay, obviously let us know your trading strategies as well if you're a day trader, or if you're a longer term trader as well. Okay, I'll leave it there just now. Have a brilliant day whatever you're doing, and until next time, brilliant weekend as well. Until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. While some may see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do.